receive because you ask with the wrong motives. You ask and do not receive because you ask so that you will go and spend on yourselves and not to help anybody else who is in need. This is what we read in James chapter 4. And James chapter 4 is the text that we're working with this week. So I encourage you to find time and read the entire chapter. Sit with the text. Let it speak to you. Ask questions of it and hear what the Spirit is saying to the church, and hear, more importantly, what the Spirit is saying to you. As James takes us on a journey through this chapter, he talks about people who have conflicts within themselves, and then this conflict is reflected in the way that they live with people in the community and in the church. And then he goes on to say that, and then you don't receive anything when you ask of God, and the reason is that you ask out of selfish motives. You ask just to take care of yourself, just so you can spend the money on yourself, not because you want to do good in your community. And then at the very end, he concludes with, anybody who knows the right thing to do and does not do it has committed a sin. And so I want us to focus tonight on a couple of verses. We're going to begin in verse 13 and go on to verse 15. Verse 13 says this, "Come now, you who say, today or tomorrow, we will go to such and such a town and spend a year there, doing business and making money, yet you do not even know what tomorrow will bring. What is your life? For you are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wishes, we will live and do this or that." Don't make plans and say, I will do this, I will do that, as if you have control over your own life, is what James is saying. He's saying instead you should say, if the Lord wishes, if the Lord wills. I think you may have heard this expression, maybe expressed this way, God willing, if the Lord allows it. You've heard it in many different ways, but maybe if you've been around the Muslim community, you've heard it said this way, inshallah. Inshallah, if the Lord wills, God willing, I will accomplish this, I will do this tomorrow, I will do this next year. Don't make plans as if you have control over your life. And so James says that you are about to miss, you can disappear at any time. God can take you out at any time. You don't know how long you're going to be here. So you should take care of the weak among you. Don't ask just for your own sake, but ask and do business knowing that God is in control, and help those who are weak and poor, the destitute, the least of these among you. This is a scathing attack on the rich, but not just the rich in general, but the rich who don't take care of the poor when they have the ability to do so. But here's the good news. James is not throwing out these words against the rich or towards the rich because he wants to condemn them. He's not throwing them out there to judge them. He's not throwing them out there to tell them there's no hope and there's no avenue out for them. He's throwing these words out there to tell them, I love you so much. I care about you so much. I know how good you are on the inside. I know what you are capable of when you choose to. That I think you can do so much better. And I refuse to believe that this is all you are. This is all you can do. So it's not out of hate. It's not out of anger. It's not out of malice that James says these words to the rich. But it's because James has so much love for them, and he knows how capable they are of doing good as human beings. And then he throws out these words. So I ask you this question. When you have the ability to do right by someone, when you get a chance to do good to someone, do you take the opportunity or do you not? Because James says that if you don't, then you have committed a sin. So meditate on this text. And come on, let us get on the way.
I don't have time to maintain these regrets.